When you love a child, it's not even your child, right? When you look at a baby, a stranger baby, unless something is really mentally wrong with you, they look cute, right? They're like, oh. And it's not even about cute. There's a presence, right? Like with babies, they automatically shift the frequency into love. Not for the parent. I'm not talking about the parent. The parent is just fuck out imagination. That's why they make a dumbass decision, like reproducing when they are financially struggling, right? That way of thinking comes from lacking, not understanding what you are, who you are. No one taught you. Your mother didn't know, so she had you. Your mother's mother didn't know, she had her. Oh, they'll grow up. Children will grow up. What is it? There's a saying in my country, children are a blessing. Actually, scratch that. It's not even in my country. I learned that it's a world saying. I learned living in Vegas makes you like international, because pretty much, I don't know, 90% of the world's ethnicity lives in Las Vegas, right? Like, yeah, Vegas and LA is very diverse. No, Vegas is actually a lot more diverse than LA. LA is like mostly just Spanish and white people, actually, and Black, African American. But in Vegas is very, 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 Vegas is like fucking foreigner city, right? So it teaches you, or it taught me, a lot about cultural diversity. Let's just say I'm well equipped, right, when it comes to culture, sensitivity, or understanding, period. I also grew up in, the country that I come from. Our teachers and the school owners, they were like from Germany, England, people from all continents of Africa, French speakers, right? Like a lot of Arabic speakers, a lot of Muslim country ethnicity lived in Ethiopia growing up. Or I went to school in such a diverse community, even when I was living in Ethiopia. Imagine, my friends were like white people, like people from Germany, right? We have kids that lives in Ethiopia, we have kids from India. I remember Arabs, African continents, French speakers. It was just so diverse. So for me, right, coming to America, I guess, you see, I always say everything is orchestrated, right? Coming to America, right, I noticed the moment I arrived, I learned that people are insecure, especially the foreigners. The first place I arrived was in Washington, D.C. for a little bit. And then I learned that even the Spanish people, the Cubans are by themselves, the Dominicans are by themselves, the Puerto Rican are by themselves, right? On the in the cafeteria, at lunch table, they have their flags. Very, very, very in touch with their roots. I love it. But they all speak Spanish. I didn't understand. I thought it was different, right? The language is Spanish, but like there was something about standing on their own. So I learned that my peeps, like Ethiopians, they did the same thing, right? In groups. And also I found out, you see, when I was in Ethiopia, I never, ever heard anything about, what do you call it? Like growing up or coming from Ethiopia, to me, my ethnicity is Ethiopian first. No, actually for me growing up, I am first Christian. I am first God's child. Then I'm Ethiopian, and I am all races, right? Like, but I witnessed the differentiate, the like how they were like trying to, I don't know, basically advertise that they're different from one another or they're better than one another. That was my experience in DC. All right. So from the beginning, I've always been around other ethnicity. So we spend a lot of time explaining that in detail. The point is that these, to me, I guess, as a philosopher, right? This is called born philosophers. I know I was born a philosopher. I know I was born different. I know I think different, right? So I paid attention to my surrounding and I try to understand, right? And I love understanding. How come this is okay for this culture? How come this is not okay for this culture, right? And so going back to the saying, though, when it comes to children, oh, children are a blessing. Oh, children will pave their own way. Oh, children will come with their own luck. Really? I'm saying it with my Kevin Hart sound, right? Because really, look at the world. Look at the world. You know, it used to be very, very such a bottling field within my interpersonal to think that the majority of the world is poor, right? There's this voice that says, but you don't even know the majority. Like, how do you know? You can only speak for your environment. But like, again, you see, my life is a cultural diversity, right? I actually did not get a chance to be around my people for a long period of time. I don't know why, right? And so that helped me to understand, to pay attention to why the way we are. And that interest has been with me since for as long as I can remember as a child. Like I said, the first relationship was basically observing parents and, you know, like the Sunday school teachers and the people that come to our house, church people most of the time. And I noticed why, like how judgmental they were, like how they act different in front of this, in front of that. Like for me, I was just could not figure out, why do I have to act a certain way in front of this person, but different on this? Like I should be the same, but no, right? Literally, I was taught, no, that's not how you have to act this way when you're here. But it doesn't even fucking make sense. Like it doesn't even make sense, right? Like you should be yourself. Jay-Z said, I'm myself when I'm with the kid, with the old people, with like wherever I walk in a room, I walk in a room as myself. And that is how it's supposed to be. And that is what I'm working towards. Right? So like there's this saying, this whole was like, wow. Is that, oh yeah, children come with their own blah, blah, blah. Right? But look at the world. What is planet Earth telling us? We are suffocating Earth. Where does oxygen come from? Like planet Earth doesn't need us. We need planet Earth. We need the plants. We need animals. They don't need us. They can survive without human being. Right? Think about it. And we, created by his image, by his power, given us his own creative power. What else is there? What is more powerful than a creative power? You can bring the unseen to the seen world. The intangible to the tangible reality. What is more powerful than that? What is more fascinating than that when you really think about it? Like, I don't understand, why do we get bored? Why are you bored? Why are teenagers killing themselves? It's because they don't know. They don't understand. They think life equals social media. The quality of life equals to how many likes you have in my generation. And I don't know why it bothers me. I care so much about the teenagers. Children need to know. Parents also need to tell their children that they ain't shit. They don't know shit. Parents need to put God above themselves when they are instructing their children. When you are guiding, giving advice, criticism to your child, put God first. Put the Creator first. I'm not here preaching. I have zero association with a religion. I am a spiritual being. That is who I am. That is my originating. That is my beginning and that is my ending. I was this liquid thing that turned into this visible thing that I can touch, feel myself, my bone. How come I didn't feel when my bones were growing, when my skin was stretchy? Like, what? I should be afraid of myself. What the fuck am I? Like Stranger Things. Have you whoever watched Stranger Things? It's like, oh my God, what are we really? Oh my God. Movies are not just like made to be made. No. If you pay attention, there's always something in everything. In everything that is being shared by one another, there's always something beneficial. But if you can only be judgment free, right? That you can see the love. Okay, going back to the children, when we, like, they shift the frequency of love, because they are walking love, right? So, like, it is not difficult, right, to give love to children. Like, if a child, like, literally, you're like, wherever you are, a stranger child tried to reach his hands out, like, he's tried to reach out to you, there is no way you're going to be like, ew, or no, right? Oh, you're going to be so like, hi, oh my God. Guess what? That love, that free love that you give to the children or to the stranger, right? And I'm not saying that you can't give that kind of love to your child. You're just so stressed that you don't think of it. You're living through muscle memory. So when it's your own child, it's part of your life. So you're tired. Your child becomes part of your life. Your child becomes part of your job, part of So it's like you cannot differentiate the energy. Like if you have your boss was mean to you, you had a bad day, and then you get off work. Tell me if you don't have this understanding of what you are, right? How are you going to help your child from not feeling that frequency that you have been carrying the whole day? The majority don't even know that. So what are you going to do? You're going to go pick up that kid. That kid is now soaking in that energy before he even start to speak. So where's the luck? When you are already making a mess on this child's life and he hasn't even started to speak. That's why I wrote a book called Subtract the First 15 Years of Your Age. Wherever age you are, it's not about looking young, like it's not about coming from this shallow surfaceness. Like, no, it's not coming from this shallow based thinking. Really, you're not responsible for the first 15 years of your age because you've been hypnotized. You are just observing and observing and absorbing at that age. It doesn't matter how much horrible things that you have done. We have to be able to make peace with those first 50 years because that is your life. That is the beginning of your life. That's the first stage. As an adult now, with all this information, we are all responsible nowadays. A 12-year-old is responsible for his own life right now. A 10-year-old is considered as an adult now because information is here, because we know a lot more now. This is what God has been trying to teach us from the beginning. There's no difference between you and the child. The child is as powerful as you are. Actually, child is more powerful than you now in this generation. Right? Your job was only to protect us two. As far as if there's a candle lit, it looks pretty, the child is going to go and touch it because he doesn't know that it's going to burn it. That's it. Your job is to protect the child, like from that kind of danger that comes from age. Because even after 3, he's going to know, ooh, fire. He's going to remember at 3. 4, 5, that's it. But it's like the first years we treat ourselves as like we're fucking retarded. Like we give children like it's like over protection, not enough affection, over order, not enough love, over just not quality vibration. Why? Because you're not happy with your life. How can you emanate quality vibration when you're not even happy with your life? You only give birth, you only have that child because that's what society does. You're at 35, you're approaching your 30, so you're like freaking out. It's like, whose biology? Who determined this biology? Men. After 35, a woman is like, who, what? Like, why? Why would man say that? Because who created women's body? Who the fuck created you as a man? You come out of my fucking vagina. You're going to come out of here and you're trying to tell me about me? I have a problem with this. Sorry. I really do. You're a man. There's no way that you can figure out my psychology. You can study me and you still cannot be sure, because only females can be sure. Because look at the world again. Men rule the world. Because men don't have emotional intelligence as women. My God, I am so connected with life, I feel like more than men. Why? Because naturally, when I look at my creation, my biology, nature itself is gravitated towards my emotions more than men. I only have 2 weeks out of a month to act like my boyfriend, to act like the boys, to act like my friends, to act like my brothers, to act like just a guy. Meaning to act like a guy as in not to have any problem, no, emotionally. Just 2 weeks out of a month. Because then the third week is going to be PMS before the period show up. And then the fourth week is going to be 4 days of bleeding. Cramps. All sorts of emotions. So this, to me, tells me I should rule the emotional world. Babies are created inside my womb. There's a reason for that. But because we are still following some rules that are like so overdue to be replaced. I mean, why are we following some rules that were created in the 30s? What? They didn't even know about cars and lights. Or did they know about lights? Maybe they did. Look at where we're at now. Why is the educational system like the way it is? When we obviously see that it ain't serving shit. What the who remembers what they've learned in the first 18 years? I don't remember shit from high school. I don't remember shit from college, and I just graduated like 5 months ago from a university. I only remember the things that I've applied, some of the like specific examples. You don't remember. You have to start living it to remember. And then, to me, unless this educational system is changed and the time spent at school is decreased, or how you spent your day is changed, is not gonna benefit the world. We need to now integrate classes like meditation, creativity, freedom of speech, freedom of thoughts. We need to focus, the educational system needs to focus on creativity, and creativity is not art class. Learn to paint, no. We need to bring back music classes. We need to bring back theater classes. These classes are only like in the high end. Not in the ghetto, not in the high schools and the middle schools that we go to. The low income neighborhood can't even afford school guidance, right? I was shocked when I went back February 2024 to visit my family. I went back home, Columbus, Ohio, right? And I came across at Starbucks and Targets where teenagers are spreading the word and collecting charity and doing what they can to raise awareness of needing a school guidance counselor in low-income communities. Children have no one to talk to. They look at social media, they see a life that they want. Why wouldn't you want Kim Kardashian's lifestyle? Why unless you're fucking retarded, why wouldn't you want that lifestyle? I'm not talking about being Kim, the lifestyle. Right? No one. Because that is your birthright, to live large, to enjoy life. And again, it doesn't have to be the mansion. Everyone has their own choice. Right? But they look at these things and there is no brain development happening, so they don't know how to think. So they see what they want and they want it right away. They are brainwashed with this instant manifestation, like microwave success. And that's not how life works. Life actually, the moment you decide to do something, it's gonna start showering you with all the problems, because it's solving the problems that's going to excel a man in being this whole, like, unique, beautiful individual. When you go to the gym, you can't grow muscle within the first week. Within the first month. Or you have to work at least for 3 months to see muscle. My whole life, the gym is my second home. The first thing I did when I graduated high school is join YMCA when my friends were like all over the place, right? Because I've been observing adulting for a long period of time. I wasn't just gonna go to work. I needed time to think. I needed time to be by myself. Right? I wasn't distracted when my friends, when we were in 19, 20, like, just always happy hour. No, man, I put honey on my face and I go in the sauna. I'll meet you guys later. I will spend the day doing what I want and I'll just meet them at night. Like, yeah, let's just go to the club because I like dancing. I like music. But anyways, yeah, we to stop this rat race, like, we're still living this, oh, what a rat race. Oh, what a rat race. Oh, what a rat race. This is a rat race. Right? To stop that, we have to think, where is time being spent? Where is my time being spent? Where is the majority of time spent? That's going to be your job. And then if you're not working, it's going to be at school. Okay? How is this thing benefiting me? How is where I spend my time benefiting me? If it's not, how can I use my mind for my purpose to benefit me? That's what I started doing, right? All right, I'm working, I'm clocking in, but it's my body that you got, not my mind. Throughout that 8-hour shift, everything I do it's already muscle memory, right? The job, that's it. But I started using my mind. And guess what? When you are ready, all the right jobs is going to start aligning itself for you. Right? The job that I was able to listen to my audios all day, music's all day, it's out there. It's out there. You just have to start being interested in your own voice, and the direction of that will lead you where you need to go. You just have to respect, because self-respect is respecting your interests, basically. So without following self-interest, man will be forever distracted, confused, in the 3D. Why? Because you're not living the life that you want to live. You are just surviving. You are just pushing it through. And that pushing it through is going to start pushing you to the limits. Because you are becoming more drained each and every day. Because you're not genuinely happy. Right? Going back to the the reason why I wanted to record was that babies, right? You love them for no reason. And you give love to them for no reason. When you kiss and hug a baby and that baby doesn't kiss and hug you back, right? If that child does not reciprocate, it won't bother you. Why? Because they have already shifted your frequency through their frequency, which is a state of love, a state of zero judgment, right? So then, how come we're not capable of giving that type of love to one another? Because love is love. How come it's different with a child? How come it's different with an adult? You see? But because as a child, you are not taught that you are loved. You are not taught that you don't need others' love but your own. You want it, but you don't need it. After a certain age, of course, as a child, you need to have that. But because you lack that it's like there is a certain age that a man needs to get a certain amount of love and affection and attention. And after a certain period of time, it's going to be too late. Because you have now started hosting entities and you're only like 7 and 8 years old. They're out there. You see, this is all, it's because not understanding what we are. So we diminish children's power and then, no man, the devil don't give a fuck. The devil can possess the baby's body. Literally, depending on the family. How many, come on, like all these movies that we see about sacrifice. It's, anyways, forget that. That's another topic. But this love that you give to a child, you're supposed to give it to one another too. I mean, first of all, you're supposed to give it to yourself. And as an adult, when we love one another, it's supposed to be like that. When I get up and kiss you out of nowhere and you don't kiss me back, I don't just... Like, that's so disgusting, right? Adults' love is so ugly. When I say I love you, it's because I want to hear that I love you back. You say, hey, babe, I love you, and I don't hear I love you back? Babe, I said I love you. Okay. You see, so when I say I miss you, I want to hear it back. So I'm not doing it for free. So love has become, for adults, a give and take. It's like a fucking business transaction. That's why you get married today, you get divorced tomorrow. Or you're just unhappy that you're married, you're unhappy, you're not married, you're unhappy. You have children, you're unhappy. And then you don't have children, you think it's too late for you to have children. Now you're unhappy. The 50-year-old thinks, oh, maybe if I had a child, I wish if I had it. And then there's another one, a 50-year-old, you know what? I should not have it. They're both unhappy. So what does this tell you? It's not about age. It's not about the money. It's not about having the child. It's not about having the mansion. It's not about having the car. It's not about having the lover. It's not about anything externally, but everything internally. Because life starts from you and you. The beginning of a relationship is a relationship with yourself. Now, that can only happen when parents understand that concept, right? Because what happened when you first come, again, the first 15 years, like even like less than 15 years, you don't know what you're doing, but you're just looking. You have no idea. You just came to this new place. You're out of the womb, like age 2. You're just looking, right? And now age 3, you start to remember, okay, there's something different now. There's mental development, mental growth that is happening. Nate?